This group of creative masterminds has developed a way to bring visual storytelling to the next level. Who hasn't gotten lost in their notes in a big presentation or a business meeting? Well, let the talented artists at Ink Factory in Chicago handle your note-taking with inspired visuals and an experience you and your team won't soon forget. You talk, they draw, it's awesome.
So we were working with some of the world's largest management consulting firms. We had the opportunity to travel across the US, but also internationally.
We were working internationally all at the same time. Lindsay was down in Australia, Dusty was in Czech Republic, as was I, for different reasons. And we ended up meeting in Prague at the Charles Bridge. The week later, Lindsay and I met at the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and that idea of bringing this to kind of more of the mainstream kind of came to life about what do we do, what's next for this visual revolution.
So Ink Factory is a visual communications firm that specializes in visual note-taking. And what we do is we take complex information and we draw that in words and pictures to make it more accessible, easier to understand, and to clarify information for people. And we can do that live, or we can do that in the form of videos, illustrations, and then we also teach what we do.
I think since day one, Ryan, Dusty, and myself have set out on a path to have fun, but also to create a business. And it just so happened that we had the ability to attract really creative talent to help us propel this business. We are 12 strong right now, starting from, again, those humble beginnings with just the 3 of us, and we don't see ourselves stopping anytime soon.
Our mission is to create visual experiences that inspire and engage. But paired with that, our vision of a world where visuals are the universal language. Everybody has a story to tell, even if that's hyper-technical with insights from a drug manufacturer's research council, or a keynote speaker telling a story about how their life got to be. Everybody has a story, and it's just told in a different way. And I think being creative-minded, open listener, and being able to synthesize those, you can take something that's very technical and assign a visual to it to create that story, to create that connection between the content and the audience. That audience can be one person, that audience could be 10,000 people.
When Ink Factory is taking this complex information and distilling it, what that does is it increases data retention for people, because when you pair visuals with text, people remember more things. So it aids in understanding, it helps to focus information or clarify it, and it also just makes it more accessible. So people can understand a complex scenario when it's drawn a lot easier than just typed out words.
Working at Ink Factory is awesome. I still am lucky, like every single day when I think about the fact that this is my job, I kind of can't believe it. Everyone here just really takes care of each other. What I do is I take complex information that I hear in meetings, in conferences, and in a variety of other situations, and I synthesize that information into visuals on a page that people can look at to reference and understand these ideas.
So our brains actually process visuals 60,000 times faster than text, which is just like, how fast is that? So fast, because our brains evolved before written language. And so by using the visual language that Ink Factory's developed, we could really help people understand things quickly. Another fun stat we like to share is that people remember 80% of what they see, but only 10% of what they hear. And that's kind of just also crazy, but speaks to the visual language if you have the gift of sight. So our mission here at Ink Factory is to create visual experiences that inspire and engage. And as we were developing our corporate values, the first one we came up with was create awesome work, because that is super important to our brand. Everything that we do is quality. It's a very collaborative process, and all of our administrative team and our artistic team is really committed to that. And you'll see lots of swarms and huddles discussing, the best service for our client or the best way to execute a project. And so our brand is very important to us, and we always tell our clients that we only have one team. We have one A team, and that's it.
I think our culture is unique to Ink Factory. I've been in the workforce for a long time, been working since the single digits, so I've been in a lot of jobs, and that's, again, one of the things that keeps me at Ink Factory is the culture, the fact that they do celebrate mistakes, and you're not chastised for them. So nothing's a big, serious issue. Lindsay likes to joke that we're not doing brain surgery here, so it's okay. You know, we can make mistakes and learn from them.
One of the things that we say here at Ink Factory is we want to be that one vendor that you don't have to worry about. I would say one of our goals from a sales perspective is to really be that visual communication partner. So we've got a lot of different offerings here at Ink Factory, and we want to make sure that our clients are aware of those.
We are a small business and we are a women-owned business, and we just want to make sure that we're representing everyone.
Clearly, creativity is trending every single day here at Ink Factory, from a single sheet of information to a full-fledged visual event. This team brings your brand language to life. Hey everyone, I'm Jana Angel with Trending Today, coming to you from San Antonio, Texas, to talk technology that's making a difference in the way we do marketing. Stirista is a cutting-edge, data-driven company connecting brands with their ideal audience online and beyond.
Stirista has data sets that we utilize for companies to either make their data better, or they take our data and use it to find new customers, helping them find people that might be interested in their products.
So much of marketing is finding the right audience and make sure you're getting your message or your offer, whatever you're trying to sell, in front of the right people. And Stirista has knowledge about people, their interests. We can layer that on top of what we know the end goal is for a marketing campaign and make sure you're getting in front of the right people, and so it's the best use of your marketing dollars. Data is what makes what we do different and helps us produce results for clients. So you can have the most beautiful campaign in the world, but if it's not getting in front of the right people, it's not going to produce results, and you're not going to get that return on investment on your marketing dollars.
Not all data is created equal. Our data is, it's best of breed in my opinion. We've got few levels of verification. So we've got an email address that's tied to a postal address. So that makes it what we call deterministic data. So we know this to be true. It's a one-to-one match. So we can send an email to an individual, and that same individual, when they log on to ESPN.com or wherever it is that they're online, we can serve that same person an ad. Instead of spraying and praying and just trying to hit anybody and everybody with your impressions, the idea is to efficiently and effectively spend your budget, and by the way, make sure that you're showing the right people the ads wherever they are in their customer journey.
So without using data, clients are going to have a high risk of wasting their marketing budget because they're going to end up basically throwing away money to people they know nothing about. So it's a huge benefit for them to be able to use data and be able to understand more about their customers and who they're targeting. Knowing what your customers like and dislike is going to help in all sorts of areas of decision making, including product development, creative, and obviously marketing campaign decisions.
We are vertical agnostic. We can work with anybody. Anybody that's looking to acquire new customers is a perfect fit.
We work with a lot of sectors. We work with retailers, telecom, automotive, investments. The thing is, everybody who is trying to bring in customers needs to find the right audience. So the most important thing is, if you know your ideal client profile, we can help connect you with your ideal client profile, whether you want to email these group of people or speak to them on Facebook or run a campaign on a platform like Hulu. But the other thing is, if you have a customer database and you're not sure who your ideal client profile is, we can help you analyze that. And based with the information we have in the Stirista Identity Graph, we can help you understand your customer base better so you can better market to the people you already know. And then also, because we now helped you find your ideal client profile, we can help you target prospects that match your ideal customers as well.
We consider ourselves something of a data solutions provider. We don't really try to pigeonhole ourselves as an agency or any particular thing, but we do work with a lot of end clients as well as agencies, and I think providing tools and offerings that can empower those partners, whether they're an end client or an agency, is really our sweet spot. Whether it's the software tools or leveraging our team of campaign experts, or even just the unique data that we have on tap. These are all very unique opportunities that we can offer to the clients to provide value for them in their campaigns.
We have essentially categorized every client into a great client, a better client, a new client, and we're targeting each person with a different coupon depending on how we have seen their purchase habits. And that's kind of the ideal situation, is being able to provide a brand that level of solution where they're walking into the store, they're providing their email or phone number, and being able to tie all of those things together, and then you create a marketing channel around it. So instead of kind of your traditional method where you're blasting out coupons and emails and direct mail to everybody, it's really targeted to you as an individual.
I've been involved in trying to help people better their lives for most of my life. It's one of the reasons I started my former company. When I sold my company a couple of years ago, I was deciding what I would do next that would help me enhance my humanitarian efforts. And it was just about that time that I was introduced to Better Air. To say the least, I was skeptical at first. How could this mysterious liquid that I can't see, I can't feel, I can't even smell it, possibly help me improve my life and cleanse my entire home? But when you think about it, the germs that make us sick, that create havoc in our lives, are also invisible and odorless. So it kind of makes sense that it would take another microorganism, a beneficial one, to help us battle the harmful ones.
I was compelled to work with Richard and be part of making the vision of Better Air a reality. I took a dive into the data, tried it for myself. What I realized is that air purifiers clean your air. Better Air cleans your total environment, surfaces, objects, everywhere. And it does so with nature. It brings plants and soil on a microscopic level into your home. In other words, for the first time, there's a machine that you plug it in and effortlessly, it makes you healthy.
So allergens are ubiquitous in nature. They're in the air. They're from fibers in your pillows. However, you can now bring in other nature or natural phenomenon and support systems such as probiotics to help let your body quiet down and not react the way it normally does to these allergic insults.
Envirobiotics are the only solution that provide safe, effective, and long-lasting protection, both in the air and on surfaces and objects. When you use chemicals, UV light, or other air filtration systems, you kill everything, the bad bacteria, but also the good bacteria. It's important to understand that in nature there is no vacuum. When you kill something, something else is going to grow there. And what you want to grow there are beneficial bacteria and not harmful bacteria. This is what we do.
Better Air has got a compendium of different probiotics that help to balance your environment and you. We are insulted by all sorts of things every day, whether they're allergens, whether they're toxins, whether they're molds, whether they're microbes, whether they're everything in between. So Better Air, again, as a microbial counterpart of having good bacteria in the environment, will help to offset that insult that we are constantly bombarded with on a routine basis and let the body react accordingly, not too much, not too little. Again, we call this sort of modulating your responses, not shutting them off and not making them go into hyperdrive. That's the beauty of these symbiotic relationships of Better Air and probiotics in the air. And that's what we're trying to accomplish by having this in our lives.
No other diffuser on the market can disperse envirobiotics. Many years of research and development have been invested in the Biotica 800. It has a unique mechanism that automatically releases small droplets of envirobiotics. The droplets are so small that they don't feel wet at all, and their small size allows them to spread effectively over an area of 800 square feet. The device itself is user-friendly, it's easy to operate, you can put it anywhere, you can move it if you want, and it even looks nice.
Well, over the years, we've carried out tens of tests in lab scale, in pilot scale, and later on in field trials that have all showed a clear reduction of the pathogenic population, and in parallel, a clear increase in the population of the beneficial bacteria of our envirobiotic product.
Every life form will benefit from a balanced and healthy indoor microbiome. The envirobiotics are 100% safe. It passed all the required safety tests according to the EPA standards, and due to their naturally occurring biological nature, all the envirobiotics products are safe for pets, animals, plants, and for human, of course.
If we've learned anything from the pandemic, it's that what we don't see can affect us. So the way I saw it was, both as a business and as a humanitarian cause, better air is a win. At the same time, it can be challenging to bring a paradigm-shifting technology to market. So what I'm telling people, and really the messaging we're building at Better Air, is you have an immune system, Better Air is an immune system for your home. You want to live a healthier lifestyle for yourself, for your family, you want to get stronger, you want to get that edge, get Better Air, see what happens.
I'm a firm believer that money must have a specific purpose, and simply accumulating it as a social trophy makes no sense. We are put here on this earth to help each other. I got into this project for that reason and that reason alone. In addition to improving the lives of millions of people, every penny that I earn from Better Air will go 100% to charity. Hey, does Better Air really work? You bet it does. Try it yourself and see.
With the speed of business in the digital age, where new and innovative products are coming to market daily, it can be challenging for the small merchant to find their niche in the marketplace. Enter Law-Whiz and its sister company, I-Whiz. CEO April Arslan, founder and co-developer, shares her vision for these remarkable platforms.
When you go into a technological space, you need to identify the problem, and then you find a solution for it. I had to start with my own industry because I'm a lawyer. So I know that most lawyers face marketing issues. They're either not good at it or because they're not taught it at law school. So the challenge was to give them an opportunity to pick and choose what they wanted without exerting any energy. Law-Whiz is a product for the service providers, namely lawyers, where they can actually go in and browse and apply and pick and choose their own matters, and also allows professionals on the other front to actually add their matters to find the best lawyers. I-Whiz is a product for the food industry incumbents across food and beverages. It actually brings buyers and suppliers together so that they can actually trade locally, geographically or globally. It actually allows suppliers to no longer wait for buyers to find them, but they can actually go on and choose their buyers to do business. What I look for in my team is adeptness. So they need to have the highest level of skill. They need to be resourceful, so then they can improvise. Look for the most important thing is integrity for me. I worked with Anthony before with my own law firm. Anthony has the sophistication eye, simple eye. He keeps everything concise.
With both platforms being global and open to the world, it's important to have a consistent brand strategy. So we want every user to have the exact same experience and to feel like they're part of this new global community that we've created through I-Whiz and Law-Whiz.
Andrew, on the other hand, is very technical. So he comes from a developmental side, so he's more into the functions and whether it's adaptive or not.
I enjoy my work. I've been doing it since 1990. I've been doing it a long time. I like to feel personally involved in the projects, so I like the projects to be successful. I don't like to just develop them and get paid. I like to feel part of my job is to make sure that the project is done to the best of my ability and it is also successful in the marketplace. As with all projects, there's been hurdles. We've had to overcome security issues, we've had to overcome charging issues, fairly groundbreaking development work to overcome, but it's all a challenge and what makes life interesting.
One of the key elements that you have to keep in mind all the time, that is all about your client and not about you. And projects like April's that try to use all that power to help people to do their business in a better way, to have less stress in their lives. In that way, release some of the most precious commodity that we have, that is our time, to enjoy it with your loved beings. To me, is the best.
The challenge for us is to always make it intuitive and to give the user a satisfying experience. That's the main thing for us. Our support team are always available anyway to answer the queries so that we provide the user with the experience that they deserve and that they need.
Jackson Hedden, of course, the founder of the design studio. I first started working for design firms and designers alike to really craft my brand and really understand what people are looking for. But it also gives you a good understanding of what people are missing too in the market. And so that was where we were able to craft this studio. The clients really find us. We do look for clients, but at the end of the day, they look at us and they look at our portfolio and they look at who we are as a company, and that's what causes them to come to our door. I've worked with Ford, Gillette, some furniture for Lamborghini, and a company called Riva 1920, HIP, a small startup, Camuso. They're not small anymore. I've worked with Hamilton Mutual, Thermo Fisher, just tons of people in general, and the list goes on.
So here we really don't want to just make products, but we want to make a future for our clients' products. We want them to be around forever, not just the traditional lifespan of a product that goes out in like 2 years. We want it to be timeless.
We keep things very transparent here. If something's not working for you, we'll figure out how to make it work.
Any questions you have, we're here. We walk you through why we do the things we do, but we also are crafting that really good relationship where you're actually a part of the design process. We're designing it for you, but you're guiding us, and we're helping you bring that to life. We're really pushed to think outside the box. We're young, we're fresh, we're making our own rules, we're breaking down barriers.
I don't ever feel like afraid to ask anything or present something, but some design directors would chastise you for doing that, but not really here. So it feels like we have a pretty good creative process and we're not really afraid to speak our minds or think out loud.
Really take a client from the beginning, the startup phase, all the way to the finished product, the sample. We're really focusing in on their beliefs as a company. We focus on trying to be part of their company and not just a design firm that they hired. We're trying to focus on being a member of their team. Since we're so entrenched in their culture, it allows us to produce products that they never thought were possible.
I'm Jana Angel. We'll see you next time.
You can have the most beautiful campaign in the world, but if it's not getting in front of the right people, it's not going to produce results and you're not going to get that return on investment.
Instead of kind of your traditional method, it's really targeted to you as an individual.